Hello and welcome to Tutor Talk. The habit of mind for this presentation is applying past knowledge to new situations. Look at the picture provided. How does this picture emphasize the habit? It depicts the building blocks of learning. Only by building upon foundation of acquired knowledge, which in this case are represented by the blocks, people will learn more and they will build upwards from the foundation to learn newer information. It is a gradual evolution of knowledge. In other words, this habit is all about building new knowledge from what we've previously learned. Applying past knowledge to new situations is a fundamental block in the chain of learning. Learning is all about the acquisition of knowledge. Building upon past knowledge to learn new information is a very common way of learning. Think about it. When someone is trying to read, they must build upon past knowledge such as recognizing specific letters, to letter sound formation, to sentence forming. All of these help in the acquisition of new knowledge. Applying past knowledge to new situations focuses on seeing how new learning builds upon previous learning experiences. It's all about reflecting on past experiences. Think of this habit through the psychological attribute of chain learning, or chaining. Chaining involves teaching someone to learn through a step-by-step process. The idea is that one learns a small part, an objective or goal, and then moves to the next step until the objective or goal is completed. One links steps of acquired learning together to create a chain of learning. Everything is built from the preceding steps. For example, when trying to teach an adult to eat with a spoon instead of with their hands, first, you get the individual to hold the spoon. Then when they do this, they are positively reinforced. Basically praise them and congratulate them to let them know that they're doing a good job. They attribute the goal as a good behavior. Next, you get them to put the food on the spoon. Then you positively reinforce this goal. Lastly, you get them to put the spoon in their mouth. Through this chaining of steps, the individual eventually comes to an end goal. The individual learns to connect the goals together, chaining them to learn new information. Positively reinforcing engraves their behavior into their actions. Therefore, they learn to link them together to learn one fluid step. However, how can this habit be useful in the class setting? Well, it is important in the acquisition of feedback. As a student, feedback is very important. Whether working on a speech, a PowerPoint presentation, or a paper, receiving feedback is good for it offers a way to improve on one's skills and attributes. Effective communication allows for feedback to be given in a concise and active manner. Like the habit of mind, listening and understanding with empathy, applying past knowledge to new situations is very effective in the acquisition and application of receiving feedback. The feedback received should be built from past experience or past feedback. In this case, students reflect on past learning and past criticism so that they do not keep making the same mistakes. This includes constructive criticism, such as giving positive feedback when peer editing someone's English essay. And always remember, there are places on campus where you can get constructive feedback. These places include the writing center, going to your professor's office, you can even get help from a classmate, and even looking at yourself. Receiving feedback is important with applying past knowledge to new situations because, as stated earlier, knowledge is built upon past knowledge. Just like a person drives a car or rides a bike, past learning is applicable to current events, especially when giving or receiving feedback. If we don't intake and input past feedback into new projects, then we never get better or give the exact same advice over and over again. If someone told you that your presentation was good, but there were times where you didn't fully pronounce words, then you would take this info and apply it to your next presentation. If one does not do this, how can they be expected to do better? Another example is when a student gets back their graded essay. Many students will have marked errors, and if the student doesn't look at the comments or fully understand the corrections, they will continue to make these same mistakes. This is seen a lot at the writing center. This is seen all of the time with English papers, especially when it comes to grammar issues. Students will come in not even having looked at their return papers, and they will want the tutor to fix it. This does not work. The student does not take anything away if they only get their paper fixed. They have to have their mistakes corrected in a way where they understand why they are making the mistakes. To use this habit with feedback, keep a notebook and mark the common mistakes that one makes. If you notice that you make a lot of comma splices, write it down and study that particular area of difficulty. Go to the writing center. The tutors can help you in all aspects of the writing process. Be aware of these mistakes and be willing to change them. You want to retain the criticism you receive. Periodically, you want to look over the notebook and compare if you make the same mistakes. This allows you to be in control of your own feedback, and you will know on what areas to improve. Remember, so you can do better later. Build upon past mistakes so that one is aware of the weak points in one's writing. And there you have it. Applying past knowledge to new situations is a practical habit, for it promotes healthy learning. Be aware of your past mistakes. Being aware and correcting them for the future will keep the student on top of things. In this way, the student will be able to be prepared for whatever comes next. We do it every day. We build upon past experiences to learn new things. Be open, go adventure, learn new things.